Hi Aquarius, and welcome to your short and sweet messages and predictions. I'm doing this reading for the month of July, but remember, time is fluid, so this could be in and around you right at the moment. It could be later in the month. It could even go out, okay? So just keep that in mind. Also, this can be for your Aquarius sun, moon, rising, or if you have Venus in Aquarius, you can look at this from a relationship perspective, anything from platonic through to romantic. Okay, so let's get right into your reading here. What energy is coming in and around you, Aquarius? Deepening. Ooh, I like that. And I'm going to get a tarot with it before I read it. Deepening. Is this maybe a month for you to do some soul searching? Maybe for you to really get serious about something? I don't know here. But let's get a tarot and see if we can get a little more. The Five of Wands. Well, that's just nitpicky and people having little battles over something that really isn't worth having battles over, right? We say ant at the picnic, fly in the ointment, you know, bees in your soda, that type of thing. But let's read this. Once you're on earth for enough lifetimes, your old soul will begin to long for non-gasping detachment and surrender. They bring the peace of God. Oh, I like that. So it's almost like there's going to be a situation where you are just going to have this feeling, or rather we could say a knowing, okay, I just don't have time for this petty bull crap. That's what I want to say. I just don't have time for this petty fighting and bickering and arguing. I just don't have time for it anymore. I've evolved beyond that. You know, maybe that was me 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 20 years ago, when I was younger. I'm not sure, but I really feel that in a situation or event, something coming in and around you, or even a person that triggers this behavior in you, okay, or past behavior, it's going to come in and it's going to maybe trigger that old, it could be a wound for some of you, or whatever it may be, and it could be in any area of your life. And I just feel like this is you maybe for the first time, okay, finally, and for others it could be just whatever is happening. You are constantly saying, I'm not dealing with this. Just know it's going to come back around again. But it's just going to be you know what, guys, I have no interest in that petty behavior. I just don't. And maybe, again, like I said, for the first time, this is going to be you walking away from it because you're just like, I don't have the time nor the energy. You know what? I like balanced and peaceful here. That's what I like now. I don't want to have these little heated arguments and battles. So just be prepared for that. And maybe this is a reminder from Spirit, because, you know, Spirit, God, Source, Universe, or whomever it is for you, works in mysterious ways. And they just may be like, we're just going to give you a heads up that this something here is going to be coming around for you again. Okay, so be prepared to walk away. All right, don't engage. Now let's see what else maybe do you need to be aware of to navigate through this energy. And remember, you may find in some cases these tie together beautifully, and other times you may find that only one or two of the little piles in here resonate, and that's okay. It could be all of them. It could just be one or two of them. So we have, and I'm not going to make the sound, but a wolf howling. My voice is heard in the world. Well, right away, I want to go back here. This could be you finally, right? I love this blue card for throat chakra, standing up and saying, no, enough already. And maybe that's what you need to do, and that's why they're giving you the heads up here. So you'll have yourself prepared for that, because it's not always easy. In some situations with people, regardless of what group of people it is in your life, standing up for yourself can be tricky, okay? So I almost want to say they need you to be the wolf here. Do not engage. But we're going to get a tarot there as well. The High Priestess. Yeah, your inner knowing. Again, that's back to here. The High Priestess is trusting your inner knowing. It's understanding. And I feel, because they're saying you've been here enough lifetimes now, there's something in you, a knowing that, and it can be about everything in your life really, where your intuition is just, you know, on fire. You trust the feelings, your gut feelings, whatever it is, you trust that. And when this situation or event comes up, or person, you're gonna get the tingles, the hair on your back, the hair on your arms rising, the pit in your stomach, whatever it is. You need to trust it, but you also need to stand firm and strong and confident in yourself, because the High Priestess is all of those things. She's like, I trust my intuition, and that's the end of it. I'm not going to discuss it with you. I'm not going to discuss with you how and why I trust my intuition. I just do. And I know for me, this doesn't work. So that's kind of the energy they want you to take on there. And none of this isn't meant to be, you know, upsetting or you know, you're not being mean to people by standing up for yourself, especially if you're doing it in a diplomatic way, right? As long as you're not cursing and swearing and yelling and screaming while you're doing it, then you know what? That is diplomatic, and that's what they want you to be here, because you don't need to go down into this lower vibration energy where you're doing all the yelling and screaming. You shouldn't have to. You speak, okay? Not howl. You speak here your words, all right? So I like that. Let's get some further advice or guidance for you. And then we're going to get into some oracle cards as well. Tower, unplug and relax for a spell. Well, I like that, because maybe what they're trying to say here is, you know what? Yeah, you need to unplug from this energy. You may need to remove yourself, and then you may need to hermit away. It's funny, I don't remember in whose reading it was. Maybe Scorpio? I can't be 100% sure. There was a message of getting away, that someone's going to be coming in and triggering you, and you just know right now they're not for your highest good. I feel like I need to almost say something similar to that here. You know that this is not for your highest good. It's better if you just get away and relax. Get yourself some tea, some crystals, and some pretty flowers here, and just relax. Get away from it all. Maybe if they're all coming to town, you need to leave town, right? That type of thing. So, you know, if this is resonating for you in an area, you'll understand the message, I feel. Okay? And if not, you can look for your sun, moon, rising, because you can always do that, Aquarius. All right. And you can go back and look at other readings too to maybe find guidance. Look, the Star. I almost want to say it's like you're following your true north. You're following your true self, okay? And your true divine self, your higher self, if you want to call it, the Holy Spirit within you, however you want to refer to that, is telling you, we're too old for this. We're just too old and wise. And that's what I feel, you know, it's like, let's follow the star, okay? The last time people followed a star, in Christianity, it led them to Jesus. So the story goes, right? So maybe you need to, you don't necessarily need to be led to Jesus, but you can follow your star, because you know that you're following your true north, okay? It's also known as your north node, if you want to check into that in astrology. But the other thing with the star is, you know what? It's almost like, it's representing your true authentic self. And I think that's why I was talking about the North Star or the North Node here. It's you understanding yourself, you having faith in your intuition and spirit, and knowing that, you know what, you're coming from a strong, solid foundation here. You don't need to get all up in your head and crazy with this stuff. Okay, I'm just going to leave it there for short and sweet. Now let's get some oracles for you, okay? Let's get some oracles for further clarification, guidance, advice, whatever it may be. Every day things get better. And maybe that's why you need to take a little time out just to remind yourself of that, all right? Because maybe for some of you, like I said, I kind of said it in passing, but still, I always say every word counts in a reading like this, right? Because things pop in. You know, for some of you, you may not know at this point in your life how to get out of this. They're saying you just simply walk away from it. You voice that, you know what, you guys, I'm too old, I'm too wise, I'm too whatever you want to say to be dealing in this kind of pettiness anymore. Like, is this even something that we even need to discuss, let alone fight over? Okay, Camel came out. Persevere and you will overcome problems. Okay, love that. Love that, love that, love that. You just keep going. You don't give up. You keep walking, okay? Oh, and out came another. Well, these came out fast. Nice. Chain of events that will affect your life. Okay. Okay. So what I want to say about this chain of events, see, if, for example, you were to engage in this, that's going to set off a chain of events. It's going to keep going and keep going and keep going, because that's what this Five of Wands is. It never ends. It just continues on. Little battles, different days, okay? And I'm even saying that with a bit of a grimace on my face because it's just so unnecessary. I always feel this way about this card, so I know I feel strongly about it, and that's what I'm meant to talk about when I see it. It's just unnecessary. Or you can break that chain and set off in a different direction by letting your voice be heard, by using your intuition, right? By following your North Star, taking time out, getting away basically. And you break that chain. So which path do you want to go down here, right, Aquarius? You know, you like to march to the beat of your own drum. So I have a feeling you're not going to have a problem breaking the chain and moving on. So I hope that you enjoyed this. Like I said, if you want to go back and look at other readings, you can. You know what? They are in my playlist. You may find advice or guidance in them, whether it's for your sign or not. If you're looking for something specific, whatever calls to you when you look at those readings, the thumbnail, the description, or like I said, maybe another sign, your moon or your rising, your Venus or something else. Go in and take a look at that, okay? I hope that you enjoyed this, and I will see you next time.